My room isn't so clean today, so I hope you can forgive me for that. It's never as messy as it looks on camera. It's actually quite clean. It's just that my bed isn't made, so it always kind of looks like my room is just messy, but it actually isn't. So today's topic, I think, is going to be apostasy. Apostasy is one of those things that I don't want to say struggled with. I've never really had a struggle with religion, or as much as you can or can't. I'd say my apostatizing was pretty normal, uneventful. It just happened. I guess I've seen what can happen to apostates in other parts of the world, the things that they go through, particularly Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Afghanistan, those countries, Uganda, etc., etc. There's a list floating on the internet, of 13 countries that where apostasy is punishable by some pretty severe, punishments. But I kind of really wanted to talk about apostasy in the way it happens naturally, for lack of a better word. I guess when I first got introduced to, atheism as a concept, as a thing, I often wondered why everybody else didn't apostatize, because the arguments. I know it's kind of simplifying things, but I always wondered why everybody else didn't apostatize, because it just seemed to make logical sense. It just makes sense that that there is no God. So I think that way, but it's important to understand that not everybody else thinks that way. I'd say about 50% of Canada is not atheist, but at least irreligious. But I'd say that even that irreligiosity is still kind of peppered with some notion of religion, some notion of something religious, just kind of inserting itself in there somehow and kind of peppering that stream. And that's just the 50% that are irreligious. There's also another 50% that are religious to varying degrees as well. But anyway, the point being is, apostasy is, for many people, is not usually something that just switches on. It may take years, it may never happen, etc., etc. So, you always just kind of have to wonder about that as an atheist. But, I was there too, but, at least I could say for myself, when I did believe, I was a kid, and I was told to believe. So there's some sort of lack of free will happening there, when it comes to belief in God, etc., etc. But I was pretty much an adult when I finally came to understand, what religion is and, how it works, etc., etc., and just didn't believe in any of it. Didn't make sense. So apostasy is not one of those things that, happens. It just doesn't just happen. And, there's even cases of people leaving one religion and going to another. So they become atheists of the old religion, etc., etc. And then a believer in the new one. So, whatever. But of kind of interest to me, too, is basically, what if there were, imperatives to be atheist, whether that be, state, government, familial, not religious, authoritarian. I'm not saying that should happen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that should happen. It should not happen at all. I'm just saying, what if there was some sort of huge revelation that there was no God after all, maybe through science, or, in the future, it'd be interesting to see how that vacuum would get filled. I imagine there would be a lot. It's like aliens visiting, right? I imagine that vacuum that's created by what once was religion would just send people nuts. I imagine there would be a lot of mayhem. I tell you, there would be, because religion is not something people, for whatever reason, it really grasps them. to the point of some of them killing themselves for it. So I mean, it's weird how that happens. Even just for the fact that that could happen, they believe. But they don't. Like I said, with religion, sometimes it's blurry for a lot of people. They don't know exactly what they believe, etc. So it'd be interesting to see what would happen if it was scientifically proven that there was no God. But I don't think that plausibly that won't happen. It could happen, but if that did happen, it would happen very far into the future. Until then, there is no proof. There is no proof of God. So, it just can't happen. So yeah, that's my video today. Just a bit of a rambly sort of video, but yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And sorry for not making a video yesterday. I don't think you actually, whoever looks at this, who doesn't look at this, I just hope you were pissed off or anything. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.